Good evening, students. Congratulations on writing the correct answers to the questions given to you at the end of the lesson in the last class. Today we are going to look at the state's government lesson. Let us now see what we are going to learn from this lesson. First one, recognize the difference between parliament and state legislature. Second one, understand the election procedure. Third one, know the powers and functions of governor and chief minister. Fourth one, wonder how the government works. Then last, identify the three main organs of the government: the legislative, executive, and judiciary. This lesson is given to us as students talk to the teacher in the classroom. The conversations begins with the teacher and the students. Teacher, good morning, my dear students. Students, good morning, teacher. Then, teacher, after taking attendance, all are present today. Very good. Coming Monday, we have functions in our school. All should be present on that day without fail. Yugida asked the teacher, do we have any culture program? The teacher answers to the students, yes, we are going to open the new building of our school. Students, yeah, we are going to new classroom. Then Muthu asked the teacher, who will be the chief guest? The teacher answers to the questions. We have invited our MLA as the chief guest for the opening ceremony. I will explain and you will understand. After the students greet the teacher records the students' attendance in the attendance register. The lesson begins with the teacher saying that a ceremony is to be held at the school and that a legislator will be preside over it. Rahim asked the teacher, MLA, I have heard, but I don't know who is he. The teacher answers to the students, MLAs are representatives of the people. He is one among us. He is the member of Legislative Assembly. Charan asked the teacher, what is Legislative Assembly? Will you explain in detail? The teacher answers to the questions, sure, showing the pictures of Fort St. George. Meena asked the teacher, what is that building? Where is it? It looked like a fort. The teacher answered to the student, yes, you are right. It is a fort in Chennai. First English fort in India. The fort currently houses the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly and Secretariat of Tamil Nadu. Legislative Assembly has the lower house where all the MLAs meet to discuss various matters related to the welfare of the state. Kyle asked the teacher, who will be there in that legislative assembly? The teacher answers to the questions, listen. India has separate system of administrations for the union, states and union territories. Do you know how many states and union territories are there in India? Ravi answers the teacher's questions. Shall I tell 29 states and 7 union territories, including our capital territory Delhi? I am right, teacher. The teacher answers the questions asked by each student. India is divided into 29 states and 7 union territory. Each state has a legislative assembly. As soon as Ravi answers, the teacher replies to him, exactly. As I said, already power is divided between two sets of governments, one at the central in Delhi and separate governments for all the states. This is called as federal system. India is a parliamentary democratic republic where the President of India is the head of Indian Union and the Prime Minister and all the ministers are responsible for smooth running of the government. This is called central government. Nila asked the teacher, do we have a separate government for states? The teacher answers to the student. Yes, all the states and union territories have separate governments to run its own administration. Governor, chief minister, and all the minister constitute the government. The member of the parliament is called MP, whereas the member of the legislative assembly is called MLA. Both the central and state governments work according to our constitution. State executive comprises the governor and the chief minister with his council of ministers. Then John asked the teacher, "Oh, is MLA going to inaugurate the functions? Who appoints him?" The teacher answers to the students, "No, my child, MLAs are not appointed. They are elected by the people through general election." In the previous lesson, we have studied about the political parties. Do you remember, students? These political parties play a vital role in election. For election, the entire state is divided into several constituents on the basis of the population. Political parties nominate their candidates to each constituency. All the people residing in that constituency who has completed 18 years of age has their vote. The candidate who gets the more number of votes is declared as elected and become MLA. The Election Commissions of India contacts and monitors the elections. After the election, the party which gets the more number of MLAs is declared as the majority party. The governor holds the leader of the majority party to form the state government. In simple word, a party whose MLAs has won more than half the number of constituencies in the state are called ruling party and form the government. And the party which gets the total number of seats next to the majority party acts as an opposition party in the legislature, but all the MLAs of other political parties who do not belong to the ruling party are called the opposition party. The head of the state is governor and he is appointed by the president for a period of 5 years. He is an integral part of the state legislature. The real executive power in a state in India rests with the chief minister. The leader of the majority party is appointed as chief minister. Let me ask the teacher. It's very interesting to hear who are all included in the state government. The teacher answers to the questions. The governor, the chief minister, council of ministers. The governor is appointed by the President of India for the term of 5 years. The leader of the majority party is appointed as the chief minister by the governor. The chief minister, in consultations with the governor, constitutes a cabinet which includes members of his party as ministers. The term of the office is 5 years. Laya asked the teacher, "Teacher, shall I become the governor or chief minister?" Teacher answers to the questions. "Why not? My child, that is very simple. To become a governor, you should be the citizen of India and should have completed 35 years of age and should have sound mind and should not hold any public office of profit. To become a chief minister, you should have completed 25 years of age and should be an MLA, or in case of an MLC, should have completed 30 years of age." The teacher explains what qualifications are required to become governor or as chief minister. Arya asked the teacher, "Who is an MLC? I never heard." The teacher answers to the questions. Usually, a state legislature has two houses, upper house and lower house. This is called bicameral legislature. Upper house is called Legislative Council. The members are called MLCs and they are not elected directly by the people. The lower house is called Legislative Assembly. The members are called MLAs. As I said earlier, they are directly elected by the people. In India, some of the states have two houses in their state legislature, but in Tamil Nadu, we have lower house only. This is called unicameral legislature. Then Amar asked the teacher, "Oh, now can you please tell me the powers and functions of governor and chief minister?" The teacher answers to the students. Sure, the governor is an integral part of the state legislature. Governor is the head of the state executive and he has enormous powers. All the administration is carried on in his name. He is the chancellor of government universities in the state. All bills become law only after his assessment. He appoints important officials of the state government such as Advocate General, Chairman and members of state public service commissions, state election commissioners, vice chancellors of state universities, etc. The chief minister is the real executive head of the state administration. He allocates the profit among the ministers. The council of ministers are collectively responsible to the state legislature. All the ministers work as a term under the chief minister. The chief minister formulates programs and policies for the welfare of the people of the state. The council of ministers is collectively responsible to the legislative assembly of the state. The three main organs of the government are the legislative, executive and judiciary. The legislative branch makes law, the executive branch enforces the laws and the judiciary interprets the laws. Nandini asked the teacher, "Judiciary, are you saying about the court, teacher?" The teacher answers to the student, "Yes, the high courts are the highest judicial organs at the state level. It is an independent body. As per the constitutions, there shall be a high court in each state. The state high court consists of a chief justice and other judges. The number of the judges in the high court is not uniform and fixed. President appoints the chief justice and can hold the office until he completes the age of 62 years. Apart from high court, there are district courts and tribunals. They ensure justice to the people without any bias. Apart from this, family courts are established to settle the disputes relating to marriages and families affairs." Finally, the students said to the teacher, "This topic is very interesting to hear. Thank you very much, teacher." For that, teacher, "Thank you, children. A cultural program is being allotted to our school for the inaugural functions. So said, let us think. You have to practice and perform well." Okay, students. With this, the state government lesson is over. Below are the questions I am giving. Write and send the correct answers to the questions. Thank you, students. Have a good day.